push, but Curtis was in the road.
I agree. I think that was on target. For Newcastle, I think, after that goal from Abini, they lost their way in the front third. They had plenty of possession. They looked much more threatening in that first 25 minutes where it was very even. Wanderers defended well after the goal.
O'Donovan able to turn and face forward, and he was just going the wrong way, Valentino Yule.
Yeah, he was going inside and the ball came onto the outside, just couldn't readjust. The combination of these two, Yule and O'Donovan, in that first 25 minutes, they were prominent. It's been a really good contest.
Misfortune for Muller opened the door for Simon Cox, who hit the woodwork and set up the opening goal. Doran's been fantastic again in midfield. It's like a very astute signing by Western Sydney, the former West Brom man. So played with Norwich City in the Premier League. Rangers in Scotland. Knows all about the big occasion. And wins it back there, the captain tonight.
Yeah, from the feet of Nazarene, and a bit more from Rami Nazarene. As was Yule and O'Donovan, prominent in that opening 25 minutes, and then found it difficult to find space.
Cox again able to break even against the taller Bogard, who then upended Troisi. Simon Cox, diminutive in stature, but no stranger to taking on the bigger centre halves back in the UK in the lower leagues. Here he is again with back to goal. Beanie. Aquilina. Doran's just directing traffic, telling the teenager to get wide again. Now he looks for a killer ball, and overhit for Cox in the middle. Cox with the thumbs up to Dorans. They were teammates before in England. O'Donovan keeping it alive. Taken back by Natta. Cox just back onside. He can release Troisi. And goes for goal. That was ambitious.
Yeah, ambitious, but Cox, who was darting in as well, but might have held on to it, took it on, full of confidence.
Nazarene held back by Avini. Hearing the boos from the travelling Jets fans, Bernie Abini, but he silenced them with that strike late in the first half. Stanley. Thurgate. Back to Toffel Stanley again, who's had all kinds of time in the pocket on the left-hand side. Patience again from the Jets. The Wanderers really dropping deep here. Johnny Katrumbas had opened up. They were inviting him to shoot. Important win by Ugarkovic. Took it away from Aquilina. Hoffman can go back to Ugarkovic. So many numbers for them to break down.
Yeah, but Wanderers getting very deep inside their penalty box there. Noel Robinson won't want that. And the mistake lets them the pressure off for the moment. But a good start to the second half from Newcastle. Super tackle from Ugarkovic. I think as he received that ball in the penalty box, he came back onto his left foot. I thought he could drive towards the byline there.
O'Donovan got the better of Natta. Rami Nazarene. And Hoffman forced outside of the area, teased one in, and Margush kept it away from Yul.
And that's an important one for the goalkeeper, Margush, there. Remember, right on the cusp of half-time, that corner that he misjudged, and they got away with it. Bogart at the back with a tap-in opportunity. So that one, he'd be relieved that he read it well, collected it.
They've been dominating since the break, Newcastle. Can they get some pay dirt here? Stretch from Gordon. Out for the throw-in.
No, but clever from York, because he turns and he's looking to get in the penalty box and make Gordon commit. And he did commit, but he timed his tackle perfectly.
Hoffman turned 32 during the week.
Yeah, he's just looking for Najjarine to be a bouncer there. Just bounce the ball off him, maybe a little 1-2.
Thurgate had that great chance when they turned it over in the Wanderers' defensive third, when they were playing out from the back. He scored the 3 A-League goals, Angus Thurgate. So a lot of chances along the journey. Playing deeper this season. Possession count just continues to mount for the visitors here. Are the Wanderers setting up to try and get a second on the counter?
I don't think it's in their makeup.
Nice ball bent around the corner for Valentino Yule, who opened up the angle and again just couldn't keep it down.
And you see how deep they were. And Yule picks up this ball and he drives into the penalty box. Clever little turn, and it's on for the strike. And he just can't control it. Spot of Margush seemed to be a bit worried, but that was always rising. Wanderers trying to play out from the back, insist on doing that. Looked like a corner.
Mark Bosnich, is it on for the Wanderers, this continual playing out from the back?
And it is a corner. I thought at first glance, sorry, Speedy.
Get the buzzer in a moment.
Sorry, gentlemen, I was just waiting for you guys to finish, that's all. Look, right this moment in time, the way they've been penned back in, now's the time just for the goalkeeper to turn around and basically turn around and go, OK, let's all push up, because they're penning them in, Newcastle. And at this moment in time, they look as though they're going to equalise.
Here comes the corner. Ugarkovic changing the angle. Hoffman. Top or Stanley getting on the end of things, but harmlessly wide, and the referee overrules his assistant again to give another corner.
Yeah, different set piece this time. They take it short. Second phase was the ball into the box. This one from Hoffman, not a lot of pace on it. And that should have been
Corner.
I think.
Off Mutakutis.
Yep.
Nazarene didn't get hold of it. Cox guarding that near post. Away is the cry, and that's definitely a corner. 100% off Tate Russell. Do you feel like the equaliser is coming too?
Well, if it continues like this, they're going to get closer and closer. You'll hit an opportunity. Third corner in quick succession here.
Bogart attacks that near post. All the way through, flicking off multiple heads. And Dorrans wins the throw. A relieving throw at the moment for the home team.
Yeah, but deep inside their own half, and Newcastle will try to keep them penned in here.
Craig Dean's looking for another ball to keep the intensity high here. Carl Robinson lends a hand. Very sporting of the Wanderers coach. Not too many other balls to find at the moment though. Dominance in terms of territory since half-time, but Troisi can flip it on its head here. Run back quickly by Thurgate.
Yeah, probably that. As soon as he won that ball, Cox had pulled off into the inside left channel. That was probably the ball because he had no support going right.
Good read by Dorrans. And we're looking for a spell of possession here as they pass it around between the centre halves.
Newcastle squeeze here.
Classy play from Dorrans again. That ball wasn't on. It was a hopeful one by Tate Russell. No one there in red and black. O'Toole. Oh, no, Donovan trying to help it on. Last touch, Mudakudis. It's another corner.
Lose possession, ends up a half a chance. Donovan driving to that near post, and they get another corner. So Newcastle in control.
Hoffman whips it straight in this time, and Katrumbas trying to flick it on. Troisi couldn't find a teammate. The counter-attack was brewing there. Risky ball, Ugarkovic. It might just squeeze to Troisi here, and that's an important intervention by O'Toole. Fresh legs being readied for Western Sydney. Kwame Yeboah not far away. Head-to-head down the years, just edged by Western Sydney, courtesy of that win 3 weeks ago. 9 wins to 8 down the years. Jets trying to turn this one around and level it all up again. Hoffman doesn't like an option until Nazarene presents, and now the youngster can turn. Yule shielding it well, didn't quite have the angle for Thurgate. Beanie might be the man to make way. Pressure again. Aquilina turns it over to Ugarkovic. Home fans a little restless about the way their team is playing here with the 1-0 buffer.
Well, there was no option in midfield there for Aquilina because Bacchus and Dorrans are right back on top of the back five at the moment. It's 5 across the back and those 2 in front, so Newcastle completely dominating the midfield.
And Nato wrestled Yule down. Ugarkovic. Oh, O'Donovan trying the bicycle kick, and that's a high boot. Dangerous play with Ziggy Gordon's head at risk. Time for that change. And it is the goal scorer, Bernie Abini, to make way here. Right on the hour mark.
And that's the telling contribution at the moment. As any good striker does, gambles. That what happened did happen, and he was there to pounce on it.
He was eventually given the hurry up as he took the long road home, and Kwame Yeboah comes on like-for-like change from Carl Robinson. Yeboah, who burst onto the scene with the Brisbane Roar and then earned the move to Germany. Another looking for their first goal of the campaign here. Yeboah broke his duck. Will it be enough for the Wanderers to claim another 3 points? Garkovic. Again, numbers in the box for O'Toole. Garkovic keeps on running and won't get a corner. Little flick on the way out off him.
And they see the relief on the Wanderers players. And they're just too stretched, the Wanderers. They need to get their formation more compact, helping each other. Garkovic there just ran straight at Troisi, straight past him.
Again, the Wanderers play out from the back, and Natta had nowhere to go, straight out of play, and the Jets keep the pressure up. Given away to Cox, trying to release Yeboah. Cox left in a heap in the centre circle, didn't get the whistle he was after. Donovan, again, good physical duel. Natta, the experienced striker, is onside here. Yeboah was trying to bend his run, and that's why the pass favoured Katrumbas.
And that's where the pass has got to stick to relieve some pressure and get some possession. Pushed up towards the halfway line now.
Nazarine's pass. Gets himself down there. Wanderers just told to take their time by their coach and push further up the pitch as a unit. Wanderers fans up this end of Bank West getting up close and personal with their team again for the first time in the entire half, just about. Bacchus gave it back though, and O'Toole couldn't flip it down the line to Ugarkovic. Bacchus told to turn. Still Keanu Bacchus. All the way back to Gordon. Troisi. End to end for much of that first half, but second 45 so far has been dominated by the team in white, and here they go again. O'Toole's pass was a poor one. Just as Hoffman was making a lung-bursting run off the ball. Clever ball. Gordon to Cox. Boa had made his run in behind. Cox was maintaining possession. Dorrans with the diagonal. Aquilina did well, kept his feet under immense pressure from Hoffman, who was eventually penalised.
Oh, that was a real battle. Hoffman strong in the challenge, and Aquilina refusing to give it up. Rides a challenge there, looks for a little return ball, and Hoffman takes him out.
The Wanderers have been averaging more than 500 attempted passes per game, and might struggle to get to that mark tonight. They're only just over 300 at the moment, and territory the lowest in the league. Here they are on the front foot though. Aquilina. Fergie got the challenge in, gave it back to Dorrans, did the Jets though. Nazarine has pulled up lame. Might be the end of his night. Play hasn't stopped yet, and it doesn't for the challenge from Bogart. Now they're told to put it out so Nazarene can receive treatment and perhaps make way. It's like an A-League debut coming up for young Luca Pershaw, who is the nephew of Dado Pershaw, another Rangers man of yesteryear. Also played with Monaco and capped by the Croatian national team. It's a double change being prepared by Craig Deans as well. Young Moragas, who we've seen a lot of this season, set to come on as well. Mark Bosnich, what do you make of this move?
Well, in terms of Nazarene, apparently his ankle is the problem. We're waiting to see who Moragas will be coming on for. Perso coming on, like I said, making his debut. We're really looking forward to this. His uncle was an absolutely fantastic player, there's no doubt about that. But it's Hoffman who's going to come off for Moragas as well. But it's been all Newcastle in this second half. And the biggest thing, and you just mentioned about how the Wanderers have made so many passes in a certain amount of games, but they're being outpassed here. And the other thing as well, they've got somebody pulling the strings from behind who they need to get someone close to, and that is Steven Ugarkovic. He's controlling the tempo of the play for Newcastle, and somebody from the Wanderers needs to get close to him so he doesn't have as much time and space to create the damage that he's doing. And they also, like Robbie said before, need to push a little bit further out. I know they're worried about the pace of Ewell, it's understandable, but they need to be brave and to push a little bit further out.
Hoffman and Nazarene get a rest. Pershaw on loan from his Croatian club, which they grew up not far from here in Castle Hill in Sydney, and a member of the young Socceroos squad that Gary Van Egmond takes charge of course. And word got around that maybe this guy would be keen to play some men's football back home. And here he is, trying to get involved straight away. Actually got a panel together looking for a new Newcastle Jets coach. Alex Tobin, Ron Smith and Julie Dolan on that advisory panel. Craig Deans among the contenders, along with 20 or 30 other people.
Well, Craig Deans has always been the one thrown in the deep end.
It's opened up here big time. Cox assessing the options. He can go to Yeboah. Oh, he waited too long, and Topo Stanley got back with a crucial intervention.
And that could be a game saver from Topo Stanley. Simon Cox, you can see he's in two minds the whole way. Breaks into space. Topo Stanley's clever, he doesn't come out straight away. So Cox is thinking, do I shoot, do I shoot? He should have played it. It was on much earlier in that run to slide it across. They were coming from behind, so two of them would have been bearing down on Duncan. That's a great experience from Topo Stanley, great defending.
Now Dorrance clipped it up to himself, and Troisi tried something similar. Again, it's Topo Stanley trying to rally his team defensively now. Can't wait to see that part of this stadium packed again. The RBB section. They're ready to go nuts if the Wanderers could find a second. Break off Bogart towards Yeboah, and by definition that makes him onside, and now they say he's off. I thought once Bogart played at it, put him back onside, but maybe there's been a bit of tweak there, some common sense applied.
That's good from Yeboah, that's good pressing. That's what his coach wants to see, the substitute coming on. Katrumba's time on the ball. Although Katrumba's did dwell on it somewhat.
Bacchus, left footer, who'd love to play on the other side, but fills the boots of Hoffman in the right wing-back role. After some debate, it is a Wanderers throw. Has a concern. They played a lot of games, as we mentioned in the first half, the first team to play 6, and fatigue may be a factor here.
Well, there's a lot of energy spent down in Wollongong. Wellington, a lot of possession. So there was a lot of chasing in what was a very disciplined performance. 2 super counter-attacks against a good Wellington side.
Robinson's side go top of a live ladder right now, but it's a tenuous lead here. Jets and then 11th, one team below them. It's Wellington,
who've only played 3 games.
And gentlemen, sorry to interrupt, but we saw this the other night as well, Melbourne victory, with the fans getting them going at a vital moment. This is what the Western Sydney Wanderers fans are now doing to their own side. They've obviously been on the back foot pretty much all second half, but it's the fans that are starting to get them, to give them that second win, to say, come on, let's go.
Cox was nearly away. Trumbus ready to come back on. This is what the Jets are hoping for, an opportunity like this. Pershaw plays his part. And Yule keeps on going, finds an angle. Roy O'Donovan, the new Aussie, denied by Ziggy Gordon's athleticism.
What a block. Maybe Roy O'Donovan just hesitated a half a second too much. Great play from Yule. Pershaw involved as well with that little back heel there. It's physical presence against Bacchus. Perfect timing of the ball. So he just hesitates there. But Ziggy Gordon, what a block. Great defending.
Ugarkovic delivers. Away by Bacchus. Trumbus upended by Troisi, great referee. And Abraham will come back for that foul, as it was going to be tough for Bogart in the wide area. Very good young ref, Ben Abraham. Game number 13 for him tonight. Let's hope it's a lucky one in this last 20 minutes. No controversy. And now Bogart, favoured by that kind of ball. Not much distance in the clearance from Bacchus. Troisi's touch was clever. And Boa just ran out of room.
Jets not letting up on the pressure surrounding Yeboah there. Did have the ball earlier back to Natta.
Hooks it back infield and finds the target. There's Kwame Yeboah, and Bacchus looking for Tate Russell. The fan saw it brewing. With speed, Tate Russell, can he repeat the dose? Couldn't get the shot away like he did in Newcastle to claim all 3 points.
Fantastic chance. What a ball from Bacchus. Tate Russell heading it forward, and then he just gets it stuck between his feet. Connor O'Toole stayed with him to apply the pressure. That's a nice bounce for him. And this touch lets him down there. Could that touch have been the strike? I still think it was on for him to push it forward with one more touch, but didn't take it forward. Chance was gone.
He lashed home that goal at McDonald Jones Stadium, and must have been having flashbacks as he was on the charge there on how he finished it on that night. Inside the final 15 minutes of the 90. O'Donovan. Dorrans just ghosted in on the blind side. Fans want Troisi to go. Yeboah drops off. Cox makes the run in behind, and Katrumbas Won it initially and was just did enough.
Oh, they butchered that. Tracy, for me, goes too slow, and they still had the chance 2-on-2, not the movement required. So as Newcastle press forward, Wanderers getting chances on the counter they're not taking.
Thurgate works an incredible angle for O'Toole. Rebounded back onto him off Gordon again. Knows how to time those blocks to Ziggy.
And straight away after that good work from Gordon, they give possession away. And now they're deep again.
Great movement by Thurgate. Allowed Gordon back into the contest, but a corner is earned.
Sorry, gentlemen, to interrupt, but the Wanderers are lining up 3 changes. There's Ziegler, O'Doherty and Bruce Kamau waiting to come on.
Yep, Carl Robinson sensing his team needs some inspiration in the form of fresh legs. Corner count is mounting. Big chance here. Katrumbas under pressure from Margush. Couldn't direct his header on target.
No, but that's good play from the keeper. Although he doesn't collect this and doesn't get a fist away, he puts enough pressure on the players trying to head that ball towards goal. And that puts Katrumbas off. As soon as you see the keeper coming like that, they can't get a clear head on it.
So Kamau, who was involved in the match-winning goal in Gosford, is on. He's on for Tate Russell, so like-for-like change in the right wing-back role. Tas Mudakudis is withdrawn. Not sure if there's any injury concern there. You don't see a centre-half brought off too often. And is replaced by the experienced Ziegler, and Troisi is off with O'Doherty in his role. Ziegler immediately offers some advice to Margush on how to play it here, and they're not going to play out from the back. They go long.
Yeah, and that's smart.
And they pick up the second ball. O'Toole around O'Doherty first up. Brave header, and able to find a teammate with it as well. Bogart immediately pings one wide, and Moragas couldn't keep it in.
So Natta's gone in the middle of that back 3 now.
I think Ziegler's still there. Ziegler likes to light with Mudakudis. Aquilina dropping so deep, and making that extra number.
Yeah, I would have said that would have been very surprising.
Katrumbas to Pershaw, who's had some nice touches already. Katrumbas for Yule in the wide area, finds Pershaw. And now Thurgate. He's in here, the debutant, and wins a penalty. He is making a difference. Ziegler, who's just come on for Mudakudis in a perplexing change, has given away a spot kick a minute later.
And he's facing away from goal. With some nice touches. I thought when he laid it off, he had a chance to take a strike on there, but he comes back and Ziegler catches him. The crowd don't look too impressed.
Clearly contact.
Tell us, yep. It's contact there. It's a penalty. Ziegler doesn't need to make contact there because he's going away from goal.
Some people will keep their feet through that kind of contact, but once the VAR sees the contact, they're not going to overrule or even tell Ben Abraham to come over and double-check his decision. The penalty will stand, and Newcastle will soon have their shot at an equaliser. VAR is Alex King. He is in the ear of Ben Abraham.
It's never a doubt, is it?
So Roy O'Donovan. And a dinky-die Aussie now. They thought the referee was going across to the video, but as you saw, with the green light, decision upheld. Spot kick stands. We're inside the final 10 minutes. Roy O'Donovan blasts it home and has his first goal as an Aussie. It's a big one for the Jets. It's 1-1.
Yeah, and on the second half, you can't deny them their equaliser. I mean, Wanderers have, on the counter, had the chance to put this game to bed, but this is from an experienced player. Once he goes back there, you don't even need to challenge. There is contact, and you just wonder why it is rare. Mortikudis wasn't having a bad game. There's no doubt about that. Dispatched, beautifully dispatched from O'Donovan.
Roy O'Donovan spoke to the media this week and said, clearly you're still letting convicts in. It was his response to being granted citizenship. It hasn't all been beer and skittles down under for the Irish-born striker, but he's such a popular figure. Great value for us whenever we speak to him on Fox Sports, and he's pulled it back to 1-1. The flag will go up here. It was an easy decision for the assistant to flag against Yeboah. Referee said, let's let it play, but now he'll come back. I think it was the right call by the assistant.
Well, Yeboah played it as if it wasn't played, and he missed anyway.
Here's O'Donovan again. Ziegler did enough that time. Why would you change a centre-half? Has Mortikudis been bad today?
No, not at all. Not at all. From what I've been seeing, I'm not sure if it's the fresh legs or if there was a problem physically with Mortikudis.
Mark Bosnich, your thoughts on this game now and what's happened in the last 5 minutes?
Well, Newcastle deservedly, in my opinion, got the equaliser. As far as I was concerned, from my first instance and watching the replay, it was a penalty. Basically, the game now is there to be won, whoever wants it more. Obviously, the crowd are getting frustrated. They were frustrated at the decision, understandable from the home crowd, but it's been all Newcastle second half, and deservedly they got an equaliser. Who's going to be brave enough to step forward and say, I want to go and win this? And we'll wait and see in these last 10 minutes.
Well, they only deal in 2-1s, Newcastle, certainly lately. 4 of them on the bounce. Only 1 of them in their favour. They feel like they need to go up in 3s at the moment, playing their 6th game of the campaign. All the momentum with them. Their second half showing has been amazing. Absolutely bossed the home team. And this guy will be playing a lot more A-League minutes this season. Luca Pershot, that time O'Toole gave it up.
That's been their problem for this half, is keeping possession, the Wanderers.
Oh, lovely ball. Yule found by Katrumbas, and Natta gets it out for a corner.
Yeah, good challenge, but the touch he makes allows Natta to get in there. Yule should have done better there. He's clearly in behind, driving towards that near post. Good situation.
Ugarkovic looking for Bogard, and Natta with a commanding header clear. Hung up by O'Toole. It's all Wanderers at the drop, but they'll pick up the second ball, the Jets. Should be Margushas, who's wiped out by York. Through the legs of Katrumbas, given away. Sloppy pass by Yeboah. And here comes Margush. Brave goalkeeping. He copped a stray boot from Valentino Yule. He's back to his feet. A lot of goalkeepers would be staying down.
Great goalkeeper. Made his decision to come off the line. It's a good decision. Seeing him come out, I thought he was clear favourite. He did cop contact, and fair play to him. He's straight back up.
Great flick on by Yeboah. Simon Cox left it behind and then committed the foul. Home fans are right into it. I didn't expect their team to be in this predicament, though. We're only looking at a point at the moment. Foul was clearly there, despite the protestations of Simon Cox. Just their second game at Bankwest this season. They lost the first to Macarthur. On level terms with Newcastle. Thurgate maintaining his balance through all of that. Angus Thurgate. And again, Ziggy Gordon in the road. Garkovic spinning his way out of trouble. Yule, decent first touch. Oh, chance coming in at the back post. It was Moragas.
Not far away, he was sniffing it, wasn't it? Nearly got on the end of it. Newcastle, the team looking the more likely if the 3 points are going to go in one direction.
Show again with a lovely layoff. Wants it back from Katrumbas. He's got some confidence, this kid. Oh, little move on Yeboah. He was able to get the challenge in, and now the Wanderers might be away. Aquilina. Cross came Thurgate, won it cleanly. All ball. Referee perfectly positioned to adjudicate. Didn't get the angle right there, Bogard.
Aquilina just needed the toe. He just hesitated and drew the challenge. If he had another toe, he was bursting through those two.
Hopeful ball by Dorrans, but straight to Bogard. You can't look away. You sense something big is going to happen here in the last few minutes. Moragas, one trick too many. Boa trying to flick towards Cox. Off the hand of Pershaw, but doesn't matter now. The Wanderers have it. Kamau striding out right side. Bruce Kamau. Great challenge. Ugarkovic had to win the ball on the stretch. It's all narrow here for the Wanderers, and breaks kindly for Duncan.
Aquilina tries to cross it, didn't make the half a yard, and he was one-on-one with Katrumbas, should have backed himself.
Ball getting away from Moragas. Given back to Pershaw.
Oh, that's crazy. And that's what makes it with the subs as well. The game loses a bit of its shape.
Too strong from behind that time. Ironic cheers as the Wanderers feel like they get a rare free kick their way here. Into the 90th minute we go. Whets the appetite for what's to come across this weekend in the A-League. That's a nasty challenge from Moragas. Caught Ziggy Gordon and left the referee with no option.
Yeah, he catches him late. He's going for the ball. But it's still the right decision. Ziggy Gordon gets there clearly.
Stoppage time to be added here. Will it be enough for either side to find a winner? Moragas. And he came out of his area briefly, Margush, but summed it up well. 5 minutes to be added. Plenty of time. Had a lot of subs, and we also had injury issues. 5 minutes feels about right. Ziggy Gordon. Kamau again. Fans want him to push on with a bit more urgency, and now he takes the game on. And Topo Stanley can only clear it for a corner.
Yeah, decent ball and static. Both Yeboah and Cox, no one driving towards that near post. a set piece. We haven't had many in the second half.
Dorrans, they've left O'Doherty alone. So many bodies to negotiate. Headed clear by Bogard. He's going to face some tough questions after the game, Carl Robinson, about why he made that change in the heart of defence in particular. But it could all change here. Yeboah's passing has been a little lax. Might be in Carl Robinson's good books. Stretch from Bacchus, won it cleanly this time. Wants it back from Cox. Keanu Bacchus then ran into trouble. The referee sees the advantage accrue. Could come back for a sanction for Bacchus as Pershaw is upended again by Dorrans. It's a yellow card for you. And maybe a yellow card for you. He's keeping it out. And even though advantage is played, this is something that some are struggling to get a hold of.
You can come back.
Yeah, if it's a reckless challenge, you can. But if it was a shirt pull that Bacchus had executed back near the 18-yard box, then you don't go back and sanction. But you do for this kind of stuff.
It's not a great challenge. He knows he's lost control of the ball. It's born out of frustration as well. And Pershaw with the confidence, look at that, just glides past Dorrans.
And Topo Stanley is offside. So tried to win the header against Ziegler. We're past the halfway mark of stoppage time. Great character shown by Newcastle. Next game for them, Feb 7 against Melbourne City. The Wanderers play one day before that against MacArthur at Campbelltown. Oh, head clash,
yeah.
horror.
That's got to stop.
Bogard v Aquilina, and the referee has been alerted to that. Oh, Bogard, so brave. Likewise, Aquilina. I think Bogard's come off second best here, despite winning the header.
Oh. Well, you know when Bogard goes down, it's not for no reason. He just doesn't go down. So he knew something was very wrong once he did. Appeared to be. Is there any claret there?
Might have gotten away with things on that front. Well, this will all add to the stoppage time period. They went down with about 90 seconds remaining. Craig Dean's ready to make a change. Costa Petratos. We wait to see for who. Presumably one of the front men, Donovan or Yule. Or maybe not at all. He's sent back to the technical area. Bogard told to leave the pitch after receiving treatment. Aquilina is off as well. And will soon be back on. Wanderers in possession. Should go to somewhere around 96:30 on that clock. Topo Stanley keeps it in for O'Toole. No Wanderers pushing on to lend a hand. Suspicion of handball by O'Doherty. Bogard again with the physicality. One to chase here for Valentino Yule off the back of Natta. Goalkeeper had advanced, and that's a free kick. And Natta Hatter, the latest Wanderer, into the book. That's 4 Western Sydney players cautioned.
Yeah, 2 players on him in the end, and just body strength draws the foul, and this is a good position. Could be the last chance of the game.
What kind of service can Ugarkovic provide here? Off who? It's a corner. Ugarkovic ready to take that one too.
Yeah, and that's a good outcome because it wasn't the best of balls in from Ugarkovic, who's been excellent tonight for Newcastle, particularly in his second half, driving his side forward from midfield.
Flicked on by Katrumbas, and he looked over his shoulder hoping it would find the bottom corner. Well wide in the end, and it looks like remaining 1-1. It is the final action of the game. Boos ring out at Bankwest Stadium, perhaps for the penalty decision that looked a fair one. Carl Robinson is going to face questions about his substitutions. Little fist bump with Tas Mudakudus, who he took off, replacing with Patrick Ziegler, who conceded a penalty that Roy O'Donovan converted to cancel out the Bernie Abini opener tonight. Full time, 1-1.
Super entertainment again to start your A-League weekend on Fox Sports with a little dose of controversy as well. Carl Robinson, not sure how his relationship will be forthcoming with Ben Abraham. He's got respect for Craig Deans, but yeah, plenty of chat in that technical area towards the end of that game. But in the end, both teams walk away with 1 point. Adam Peacock alongside Mark Bosnich. Going to hear from Carl Robinson in a moment, plus someone from the Jets, someone from the Wanderers, firstly something from Bozza.
Yeah.
Far out, that was breathless stuff towards the end.
It was excellent game, there's no doubt about that, and well done to Newcastle. By far the better team in the second half, deservedly got their equaliser, and probably the worst half of football that the Wanderers had played in that second half, but it wasn't so much because of them, it was because of the fact that Newcastle were so good. Yes, they could have been a little bit further forward. They were very, very deep right from the outset. Yes, they could have got closer to people like Ugarkovic, the people who were pulling the strings. But basically, it was Newcastle who outplayed, outpassed them in that second half and outran them.
We're going to hear from James Troisi right now. James, what were your feelings on that second half performance for your side?
Yeah, it was, you know, they made it difficult for us. You know, their movement, the 2 centre-backs driving through the middle makes it difficult for us to kind of, you know, mark, and, you know, you go to one of them and then they play it past you. So, I think all in all, it was, you know, a relatively fair result. I think it was a pretty soft penalty. But you know, listen, we're still, I think we're second now on the table. The thing is, for us, we've still got a lot to improve and get better on. So, you know, it's we'll take the positives and work on the negatives.
Now, James, in terms of your non-penalty in the first half, I actually thought at the time, I didn't think it was a penalty, but I said the more and more I looked at